Hi guys, so I decided to do a tutorial where I was recording my voice. I feel really nervous that people are gonna hear my voice, so don't make fun of me, okay? So this tutorial is about how to animate a pair of ears. So here's a pair of ears that I've made recently as a request. Zoom in. You'll usually start like this, so you need to click here, Systems, Bones. You can use Snap's toggle, but for these I'm not going to. So you want to get in the middle, so if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, then the middle of that is 4 down, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you want to get it in line with these lines. Don't know how to explain what the word is for that, but yeah. Then left click delete. Then you want to do the same on the other side in the same place, so 4 down, then the exact same. You need to make sure the same, then left click delete, because when you go to animate it, if they're not the same, then you might have, suppose you use this bone, you might have this ear going right up and this ear isn't going up as much, but you need them, if you want them to be symmetrical, then you need them to be the same so that they move the exact same when you go to animate it. So now that you've done that, you need to link the first bone from each of the ear to the attachment root. So the way I do this is select by name, and then you select the first bone that you use, bone 01. Okay, so now that's been selected, because you can see that's white. Then you click this, select and link, then you click select by name again, and you want to find the attachment root, link. Okay, that's been done. You can see that that went white. So now you need to do it with the first bone here. If you're not sure what bone that is, you could go to this selection part here, click bone, then you could hover over it. It says bone 08. So do the same thing. Well, you could select it from here, select by name, or if you've got bone highlighted, then you can just click it. Because if you had all, then if you tried to click it, then it would probably select something else. But with bone, it won't select anything else other than the bone. Link again, do the same thing, select by name, attachment root, link. Okay, get off that by clicking something else like here. Now we need to skin these ears to the correct bone. So because this first bone is bone 8, then we know that the end of this bone is bone 7. But if you wanted to double check that, then you could, bone 07. Okay, so we select this ear, we go here to, what's the name of this, modify list, skin. I usually type it with my keyboard. Add bones 1 to 7. You can press the first bone and then shift to 7 to select them all, or you could just press CTRL, which does the same thing, select them individually, select. Okay, so now you can see when you click on a bone, it will make the object move, as opposed to this one where it hasn't been skinned, it will just make the bones move. So now we do the exact same with the other, but it's bones 8, skin, oh that's really on. Add 8 to 14, select. Okay. So now you can animate the mesh. I think I've already done it, but on IMVU, on the default mesh, when you load it up, select the whole thing, make sure it's on all, then you usually get keyframes that come up, just highlight it all and delete all of them, but I've already done that. Now you click Auto key and it will go red, then click Set keys, select bones, because the bones are the things you want to be working with at the moment, you want to be moving. And then I usually click that again, I don't know if that's right, but it gives you like a key, and when I don't do that it doesn't give me a key. And yeah, so I've selected these two bones. If you move the first bone, then it'll make the whole thing move, and we don't want to do that, we want that to keep where it is. So if you select the second bones, you move the frame. Usually when you start out it won't have this big of a timeline. You can click here, time configuration, you can change that to whatever you want, maybe 500. Okay. So to move it, click up, click the select and move tool, click up, then click a new timeline section, maybe like 200, then down, maybe too much, then another one, 300, down. Then to make sure it's a continuous loop, see we've got these frames here that shows what you've done. You select the first, ding dong, you select the shift key, then you drag it over, and that's duplicating the same one. So the position that it started out with here, it will make the same key here at the end, so it will just repeat. So you need to export the skeleton, so export XSF. Okay, I'll just save it on my desktop so I don't get lost. Oh, everyone can see my folders now. Anyway, so what should I call that? I don't know, tutorial skeleton. You can call it whatever you want. Now uncheck all, then you need to go down to attachment root, highlight that, check children, check that it's checked the bones that you want it to check, so 1 to 7, yep, 8 to 14, yep, and this shows you that you've done it right as well. Finish. Then you want to export the meshes, so instead of bone you need all, so that you can select them. So this is the right ear, export tutorial right ear, and that's a mesh file XMF here. Then you can see it automatically puts up the skeleton that you've just created. If it doesn't have that, then you need to put that up. For example, if you went back to the file, then yeah, you might need to browse to find it, or if you moved it, or whatever the reason. Next, finish. Next ear. Oops. Same thing. Tutorial left ear. Next, finish. Then you want to select the animation that you just made, so you go to here, XAF, animation file, save, next, next. Put 0 here, because sometimes it can do funny things. I don't really know what that's for, but it does funny things if it says something, I've noticed. Start 0, that means here is 0, here is 500. Supposing you only did animation from 0 to 150 and you only wanted that section to export out instead of the whole thing, then you could just change that to 150. But since I did it right up to 500, then we can export all that. Finish. Okay. Then go to IMVU, create mode. Derive new product. I'm sure you all know this. It's an accessory. Go. Click config first, add your skeleton, XSF, tutorial skeleton, meshes, remove mesh, yes, add whatever number you like, between, what is it, 30 and 100 or something like that, so 98, tutorial left ear, XMF, okay. Now we need the right ear, tutorial right ear, XMF. Then you can add your texture files, but I think I won't bother because I'm going to have to locate them and I'm not sure where they are. So actions add brings up this. If you want it to be a trigger, then you give it a name like whatever you like move. Add XAF. Tutorial animation. How many times you want it to play? Once, or however many times you want. Play. So that'll make it do the animation once, because that's what you selected. Or if you want it to just move by itself without typing the trigger, because to do the trigger you'll have to go here and make it do it. You type stance.idle, make sure it's a lowercase s and an uppercase I, then you put ensembles played 0 so that it just plays it all the time, apply changes, and then it will just play it all the time. And that's how you create animation for ears. If you've got any questions, then comment below and I'll be happy to answer them.